YouTube, Game Master Crafter here. So I've got something fun for you guys today. Got a special shipment from my buddy Greg. He's the guy who owns Turbo Dork. And yeah, Turbo Dork. Yeah, right? I made this case for all the paints that I got from him a while back. Right? So I got some new paints from him today. Pretty cool, right? These paints are his, I think it's, I can't remember which expansion he's calling it, but we'll show it here up on the screen, so somewhere there. Anyway, they're pretty cool. I think check them out, right? All right. So right here we got Sky Rat, and the Sky Rat's kind of this a reddish to kind of greenish. Make sure you're able to get that. Let's see that. Ooh, fancy. Anyway, reddish to kind of greenish, right? Box wine. This one's kind of a muddish red. I like it, right? It's kind of a muddy red. Hot commodity, right? And it's much more of a kind of an orangish, brownish, metallic. It's so sweet. Another metallic, Gordian knot. Gordian knot. It's green. Really sweet looking. Green. Scarab. This is another turbo shift. This one looks kind of like a scarab. Kind of goes from almost like a bluish to green. Right. Very sweet. Very sweet. Metallic. This one is another metallic. This one is Bee's Knees. They're yellow, like Multipass and what's the other yellow one called? Yuzu and Multipass. Remind me of that one. This is one that can be used on white or black as well. Super massive. This turbo shift is kind of a reddish to orange, right? Ooh, fancy. Grave robber. Grave robber. This is a turbo shift. It's kind of almost like darkish, kind of bluish to green. Very sweet. Hard to see. Very sweet. Now this one's kind of cool. Rainbow roll. This one has the glitter spread out further in the medium. So it's kind of a rainbow colored glitter, but it's kind of a black medium, very dark, really cool. It doesn't really do it justice in here for the being able to see it, but it's a little flecks all in there. It's really neat. So one that got mixed up in the other mix was a Peachy Keen. This is another cool color there. Very pink metallic. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. The one that used it is a black tip as opposed to a couple of other pinks. Last but not least, certainly not least, this I've been bugging Greg to get for a while. Calls it Black Ice. It's a black metallic. I'm telling him he should call it Mr. Crowley, but he doesn't want to get sued by Ozzy, and I can't blame him. But Mr. Crowley, that's my last name, and I bugged him for a while, so I was hoping, but that's okay. So let me give you some tips with the Turbo Dork paints now. With Turbo Dork, it's an awesome paint. They're iridescents, they're metallics, and they're just wonderful. Make sure you do multiple thin layers, 2 to 4 to 5 layers, depending. Now, most of them are great with a black background. Some of them with a white background. So, and some of them you can use white and black backgrounds, or on top of other turbo shifts. Now, me myself, I like to mark mine if they're black. Black, I just leave the caps black like they normally come. However, if they're better used on white, I like to paint the tips white. And if they're ones that can be used with white or black, I like to do kind of the dual color there. Yeah. Now another thing is you gotta shake these bad boys. I have it's like a jigsaw that I have a little clamp attached to. I just turn that on. It's all shook up, yeah. It's all shook up. And it does really well, especially since I put magnets at the bottom of mine, and even though the agitators in these are not, they're a non-rusting bearing, it does still stick to the metal magnets. So those kind of adhere to the bottom. They want to stick for me in the cups. I hear later he might be switching over to they might be switching over to glass ones, but I have a little poker, right? This helps me poke the little ball back down sometimes, or get it unclogged, right? Just a little poker. I have attached to like a little keychain thing, right? A magnet on it. And like I said, speaking of magnets, I like to put magnets on the bottom of each of my paints. That way I can stick them in a metal container. You know, I have my case up here that I use. It has the little shelves that are actually steel. And as you open it, it tilts open and they pop out. But right now it's broken. I broke one side of it, and so it's all broken. So you can't do it right now. But when it works, that's kind of the idea, right? I got some acrylic to be able to replace that now. Some clear acrylic, and yeah, now I can put these logos on it. You know, these two logos. He did it with you know, obviously there's no metal on that yet, right? So he did these Turbo Dork logos for me, and he did them, and I painted them with his colors. You know, pretty cool, right? This old briefcase I want to turn into another paint case, but I'm going to put metal on the bottom to adhere my paints. That was all my paints. And coming up here soon, I'm going to be having another acrylic paint case that I'm making. Pretty cool. But anyway, back to Turbo Dork. These are great paints. I love them, but the thing about it is they will eat up your brushes. If you use, you know, Kolinsky brushes, do not, just save yourself trouble. Do know, if you're going to use them with your Turbo Dorks, then clean them, I mean, almost immediately after even just using the paint for a little bit. That goes for any metallic paint or iridescent paint. They're just really rough on brushes. So I use synthetic. Citadel came out with a brand new line of these really kick-ass you know, white synthetic brushes. That one, they don't come that way. I abuse it really a lot. But anyway, these are great because they last a lot longer as long as you take good care of them. You know, get yourself some wash. You know, some like Masterson's soap for them. Yeah, another thing is, if you need to stretch out the paint, or if you want to add something to keep it from drying so fast, it's really hard to do with just water. It will kind of separate out the Turbo Dork paints. So I really personally like to use it's Vallejo's retarder. It's more of a gel than it is a liquid, and really works well in keeping it you know, still pliable like a paint and everything, but not just run everywhere or make the color separate. So anyway, yeah, that's my little spiel. He gave me a cool, I got a cool patch to go with my cool hat, right? I could put it on my hat. No, that'd be kind of lame. Anyway, yeah. So if you liked the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. You know, I was gonna do a unboxing, but my wife kind of got to the mail before me, and was so excited to show me that she showed me. So that's cool. Anyway, we'll see you next time, folks. Just remember that you rock. You rock. Even though you may be stuck inside for a little while or stuck without a job, you know, you still have a lot you can give the world. So keep it up. All right, guys. See ya.